We're now allocating an additional $500 million in foreign military financing to the Philippines to boost security collaboration with our oldest treaty ally in this region.
The United States and the Philippines have announced a significant enhancement in their defense cooperation aimed at bolstering the Philippines' ability to counter increasing Chinese military assertiveness in the South China Sea. This move is part of a broader U.S. strategy to strengthen alliances in the Indo-Pacific region amidst rising geopolitical tensions. The agreement between the United States and the Philippines includes a substantial $500 million U.S. defense aid package aimed at modernizing the Philippine armed forces.
New steps to strengthen the alliance, a once-in-a-generation investment to help modernize the Filipino armed forces and Coast Guard, our first bilateral security sector assistance roadmap, doubling our investments in the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement.
This initiative is part of a broader strategy to enhance the Philippines' defense capabilities in response to escalating aggressive actions by the Chinese Coast Guard. These actions have included harassment and confrontational maneuvers against Philippine vessels operating in waters that China claims as its own, particularly in the South China Sea. The South China Sea is a strategically vital region, rich in natural resources and a crucial maritime route for global trade. China's assertive claims over this area have led to numerous confrontations with neighboring countries, including the Philippines. The Chinese Coast Guard has been known to employ tactics such as ramming, blocking, and boarding vessels to assert their claims, creating a volatile environment in the region. In light of these developments, the U.S. and the Philippines have reaffirmed their mutual defense treaty, which dates back to 1951. This treaty obligates both nations to support each other in the event of an armed attack. The Biden administration has emphasized that any Chinese attack on Philippine ships could trigger a U.S. military response, underscoring the seriousness of the commitment to defend Philippine sovereignty.
Any attack on Philippine aircraft, vessels, or armed forces in the South China Sea would invoke our mutual defense treaty.
The $500 million defense aid package is intended to address several key areas. 1. Modernization of armed forces. The funds will be used to upgrade the equipment and capabilities of the Philippine military, ensuring they are better prepared to handle external threats. This includes the acquisition of advanced weaponry, surveillance systems, and communication technologies. 2. Enhanced maritime security. Given the maritime nature of the threats, a significant portion of the aid will be directed towards improving the Philippines' naval and Coast Guard capabilities. This includes the procurement of new patrol vessels, radar systems, and other maritime assets. 3. Intelligence sharing and training. The U.S. will expand its intelligence sharing initiatives with the Philippines, providing critical information on potential threats and activities in the region. Additionally, joint training exercises will be conducted to enhance the operational readiness and interoperability of the two nations' armed forces. 4. Cybersecurity and resilience. Recognizing the growing importance of cybersecurity, part of the aid will be allocated to strengthening the Philippines' cyber defenses. This includes investments in infrastructure, training, and collaboration on cyber threat intelligence.
This will be the first cyber defense exercise. The blue team, they are the one protecting the network. The red team are organized to attack the network. And as for the white cell, I myself as part of the white cell, we are the one as the umpire.
The agreement also reflects a broader shift in Philippine foreign policy under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Welcome back to the Philippines, and I'm always very happy that these communication lines are very open. Things that we are doing together in terms of our alliance, in terms of the specific context of our situation here in the West Philippine Sea and in the Indo-Pacific.
Since taking office in 2022, Marcos has moved Manila closer to Washington, a significant departure from the more China-friendly stance of his predecessor, Rodrigo Duterte. Marcos has made multiple visits to the United States, highlighting the renewed importance of the U.S.-Philippine alliance. This enhanced cooperation is not only a response to immediate threats, but also a strategic move to ensure long-term stability and security in the Indo-Pacific region. The U.S. sees the Philippines as a critical partner in its efforts to counterbalance China's growing influence and maintain a rules-based international order. President Marcos Jr. has underscored the importance of the U.S.-Philippine relationship through frequent diplomatic engagements. He has visited the United States 4 times since assuming office, a clear indication of his commitment to revitalizing bilateral ties. These visits have included high-level meetings with U.S. President Joe Biden, Secretary of State Antony Blinken, and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, among other key officials. During these visits, Marcos has emphasized the shared values and strategic interests that bind the two nations. He has highlighted the importance of the Mutual Defense Treaty and the need for continued cooperation in addressing regional security challenges, particularly in the South China Sea. These engagements have resulted in several agreements aimed at enhancing defense, economic, and technological collaboration.
Face of those rising tensions that we see now around the South China Sea and Asia-Pacific and Indo-Pacific region.
One of the most significant aspects of Marcos's foreign policy shift is the enhancement of military cooperation with the United States. Under his administration, the Philippines has agreed to expand U.S. military access to 4 additional bases across the country. This move is part of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA, which allows for the rotational presence of U.S. troops and the prepositioning of defense equipment in the Philippines. The expansion of EDCA sites is strategically important, as it enhances the U.S. military's ability to respond to regional threats and provides the Philippines with greater security assurances. The new sites are expected to be located in areas that are critical for monitoring and responding to activities in the South China Sea, where Chinese assertiveness has been a growing concern.
These and all the EDCA investments will serve to secure the Philippines' credible deterrent posture. Every peso or dollar spent on hardening Philippine capabilities to defend itself and to deter unlawful aggression will be a plus against any threat actor, whether it be China or anyone.
In addition to defense cooperation, Marcos has sought to deepen economic and technological ties with the United States. The two countries have engaged in discussions on trade, investment, and infrastructure development, with a focus on promoting sustainable economic growth. The U.S. has expressed support for the Philippines' efforts to modernize its economy and improve its business environment. Technological collaboration has also been a key area of focus. The U.S. has committed to assisting the Philippines in enhancing its cybersecurity capabilities, recognizing the importance of protecting critical infrastructure and sensitive information from cyber threats. This collaboration includes joint initiatives on cybersecurity training, information sharing, and the development of resilient digital infrastructure. President Marcos Jr.'s foreign policy shift represents a reaffirmation of the long-standing U.S.-Philippine alliance. This alliance is rooted in shared democratic values, mutual defense commitments, and a common interest in maintaining regional stability. Marcos has made it clear that the Philippines values its partnership with the United States and sees it as essential for addressing contemporary security challenges. In contrast to his predecessor, Rodrigo Duterte, who pursued a more China-friendly approach and often criticized the United States, Marcos has taken a more balanced and pragmatic stance. Maintaining diplomatic relations with China, he has prioritized strengthening ties with the United States to ensure that the Philippines has the support it needs to defend its sovereignty and uphold international law. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin have been at the forefront of U.S. diplomatic efforts to strengthen alliances and partnerships in Southeast Asia and East Asia. Their recent visits to key countries in the region underscore the U.S. commitment to countering Chinese influence and ensuring regional stability. In Japan, Blinken and Austin met with Japanese Defense Minister Minoru Kihara and Foreign Minister Yoko Kamikawa. During these meetings, they announced plans to modernize the U.S. military command in Japan, a move aimed at enhancing the operational readiness and capabilities of U.S. forces stationed in the country. This modernization effort includes upgrading infrastructure, integrating advanced technologies, and improving joint training exercises with Japanese forces. The U.S. and Japan also discussed expanding their security cooperation to address emerging threats, such as cyber attacks and space-based challenges. The two countries reaffirmed their commitment to the U.S.-Japan Security Treaty, which serves as the cornerstone of their defense relationship. This treaty obligates the U.S. to defend Japan in the event of an armed attack, and the recent discussions emphasize the importance of maintaining a robust deterrence posture in the face of Chinese assertiveness.
The United States will upgrade the U.S. Forces Japan to a joint force headquarters with expanded missions and operational responsibilities. And during that meeting, I reaffirmed our ironclad commitment to defend Japan with the full range of our capabilities, including our nuclear capabilities.
Through a new forum on defense industrial cooperation, we launched co-production of advanced missiles. We're leveraging Japan's manufacturing capability to collectively produce critical national security technology.
In Singapore, Blinken and Austin met with Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong and other senior officials to discuss regional security and economic cooperation. Singapore is a key strategic partner for the U.S. in Southeast Asia, and the two countries have a long history of collaboration in defense, trade, and technology. During their visit, Blinken and Austin highlighted the importance of the U.S.-Singapore Defense Cooperation Agreement, which facilitates joint military exercises, training, and logistical support. They also discussed ways to enhance maritime security in the South China Sea, where Singapore plays a crucial role in maintaining freedom of navigation and overflight. The U.S. and Singapore agreed to deepen their collaboration on cybersecurity, recognizing the growing threat of cyber attacks on critical infrastructure. This includes joint initiatives on cyber defense, information sharing, and capacity building to strengthen Singapore's resilience against cyber threats. Blinken's visit to Mongolia marked a significant step in expanding U.S. engagement with this landlocked nation, which is strategically located between China and Russia. Mongolia has been seeking to diversify its foreign relations and reduce its dependence on its two powerful neighbors. During his visit, Blinken met with Mongolian President Ukhnagin Kurelsuk and other top officials to discuss ways to enhance bilateral cooperation. The discussions focused on strengthening economic ties, promoting democratic governance, and expanding security cooperation. The U.S. and Mongolia agreed to increase their collaboration on defense and security, including joint training exercises and capacity-building initiatives. Blinken emphasized the importance of Mongolia's participation in regional security frameworks and its role in promoting stability in Northeast Asia. The visits to Japan, Singapore, and Mongolia are part of a broader U.S. strategy to strengthen alliances and partnerships in the Indo-Pacific region. This strategy aims to counterbalance China's growing influence and ensure a rules-based international order. In addition to these visits, Blinken and Austin have been actively engaging with other regional partners, including Australia, South Korea, and the Philippines. The U.S. has been working to enhance its defense posture in the region, including increasing the rotational presence of U.S. forces, expanding joint exercises, and modernizing military infrastructure. The U.S. has also been promoting economic initiatives, such as the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, IPF, to enhance trade, investment, and infrastructure development in the region.
NEC is, I think some of you heard, is a major investor in the United States, supporting thousands of jobs in the United States. Japan, of course, is our leading foreign direct investment.
These efforts aim to provide alternatives to China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, and ensure that regional countries have access to transparent, high-standard economic opportunities. The strengthening of U.S.-Philippine defense ties has significant implications for regional security dynamics and the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. These developments will likely influence the actions and strategies of other countries in the region, as well as the broader geopolitical landscape. The enhanced defense cooperation between the U.S. and the Philippines is expected to serve as a deterrent to Chinese aggression in the South China Sea. The presence of more capable and modernized Philippine armed forces, supported by U.S. military aid and training, will increase the cost and risks for China in pursuing assertive actions against Philippine interests. The reaffirmation of the U.S.-Philippine Mutual Defense Treaty further underscores the U.S. commitment to defending its ally. This commitment sends a clear message to China that any hostile actions against the Philippines will not be tolerated and could trigger a robust U.S. response. This deterrence effect is crucial for maintaining stability in the region and preventing potential conflicts. The U.S. efforts to bolster its alliances and partnerships in the Indo-Pacific extend beyond the Philippines. The engagement with Japan, Singapore, and other regional partners demonstrates a comprehensive approach to strengthening security cooperation and enhancing collective defense capabilities. The modernization of the U.S. military command in Japan and the expansion of security cooperation with Singapore are part of a broader strategy to ensure that regional allies are well-equipped to handle emerging threats. This approach aims to create a network of capable and resilient partners that can collectively address security challenges, including those posed by China's assertiveness. The focus on enhancing maritime security in the South China Sea is a key component of the U.S. strategy. The Philippines, as one of the claimant countries in the South China Sea disputes, plays a critical role in maintaining freedom of navigation and upholding international law in the region. The U.S. support for the Philippines' maritime capabilities, including the acquisition of new patrol vessels and radar systems, will enhance the country's ability to monitor and respond to activities in its waters. This increased maritime security presence will contribute to deterring illegal activities, such as illegal fishing and encroachments on Philippine territorial waters.
You are sailing within the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. What is your intention? Over.
The U.S. efforts to strengthen defense ties and promote security cooperation in the Indo-Pacific are also aimed at upholding a rules-based international order. This order is based on principles such as respect for sovereignty, adherence to international law, and the peaceful resolution of disputes. By supporting the Philippines and other regional partners, the U.S. seeks to reinforce the importance of these principles and counter any actions that undermine them. The U.S. engagement with regional countries emphasizes the need for all nations to abide by international norms and respect the rights of others. The announcement of the $500 million U.S. defense aid package to the Philippines marks a significant step in strengthening the bilateral relationship and enhancing regional security. This move is part of a broader U.S. strategy to counter Chinese assertiveness in the South China Sea and maintain stability in the Indo-Pacific region. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s foreign policy shift towards closer ties with the United States reflects a pragmatic approach to addressing contemporary security challenges. By reaffirming the U.S.-Philippine alliance and enhancing defense cooperation, the two countries are better positioned to deter aggression and uphold a rules-based international order. The U.S. diplomatic efforts in the region, including engagements with Japan, Singapore, and Mongolia, demonstrate a comprehensive approach to building a network of capable and resilient partners. These efforts aim to ensure that regional countries are well-equipped to handle emerging threats and contribute to collective security. The regional implications of these developments are significant as they influence the balance of power and the dynamics of security cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. The strengthened U.S.-Philippine defense ties serve as a deterrent to Chinese aggression and contribute to enhancing maritime security and promoting a rules-based order. As the geopolitical landscape continues to evolve, the U.S. and its allies must remain vigilant and proactive in addressing security challenges. The commitment to supporting regional partners and upholding international norms will be crucial for maintaining peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Thank you for tuning into our channel. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of global issues.